No rest for the wicked over in the Championship as we enter yet another double match week. But currently, Sheffield United and Leeds United are in those two automatic spots. But what will happen this time around? Can Burnley, can Sunderland get themselves right back in the thick of things? We'll take a look at it. All of it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today it's all about match number 20, that's right, in the EFL Championship. We'll get to that in a second. If you knew where you've been, smash your subscribe when you want to sub shop for EFL, Blackburn Rovers, Wolves, football. We're going to all hear under one Rooski, a stellar double match week up on the agenda. But today we're totally focused on match number 20 to see who will come out on top heading into yet another weekend later on, of course. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Big shout out to the members, big shout out to the patrons. You know who you are. But what we're going to do now is revisit the weekend's drama, then of course update you with the Superbru, and then kick on forward to this week's midweek action. So let's get into it. Alrighty then, folks, here we go by revisiting the last round of games, and I think I did pretty well with my picks. Take a little look at it. There was a couple of postponements, but Burnley and Borough did duke it out to a 1-1 draw, as I predicted. Leeds also picking up the win over Derby, as I expected. Sheffield Wednesday and Preston, though, 1-1 in the end, with the Mackhams beating Stoke, 2-1 winners over at the Stadium of Light. Cardiff, Watford will have to do that another time. Meanwhile, Hull City did lose to Blackburn Rovers 1-0. As called, Luton Town and Swansea with a 1-1 draw. Millwall, though, losing to Frank Lampard's Coventry City. Portsmouth picking up a big win over Bristol City. Plymouth, Oxford postponed. QPR beating Norwich. And West Brom taking the point off of Sheffield United, 2-2 in the end. Well, the table, my friends, looks a little bit like this. As you see it, Sheffield United currently 39 points with Leeds in second spot, 38 points as well, with Burnley and Sunderland in the chasing pack. Borough and Rovers currently in those playoff spots with Watford on the outside looking in. Going down as of right here, right now, it is Hull, who have now got a new manager in Ruben Selles. Portsmouth getting some form together now. Just one defeat in the last 5 for them. And Plymouth down there with 17 points with Cardiff, making Omar Ritza their permanent manager for at least to the end of the season. But what will go on this weekend, this midweek, we'll take a look at that in a minute. But before that, a quick look at the Superbru. Well, let's take a look at the Superbru then, and these are the results with G. Marley picking up 19 points, Alex Bowler with 17.5, Jimmy Panastone up there with 15.5, with some at 2018 in the bronze medal. I'm just outside there with 12.5. What about Philly Pete? I'm starting to get a bit worried about Philly Pete. He, of course, has taken his foot off the gas. I don't even see him in there at the moment. So, yes, concerning Philly Pete not getting his predictions in. Unfortunately, I don't think we can take a little look at the leaderboard, but we should, because I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, it's still fresh off, because the games are still, they're just computing the games from today. So we don't know. But it looks like I'm in 10th. We're not going to get to see the leaderboard, I don't think. So, no, we'll have to go again anyway. As for that, if you want to get involved with the Superbru, there's the link right here, right now. Games are coming thick and fast. So, whatever happened this past weekend could be completely blown out of place this midweek. And, of course, the following weekend with plenty of drama to be had. So let's take a look at the next round of games, and these are those. That's right, coming at you from Tuesday and Wednesday this week. That's the 10th and the 11th of December. So start at the top of the shop, going with, it's not everyone's favourite cup of tea, it's going to Six Finger Land. It is Burnley, and make sure you got your tetanus, all that kind of stuff, because these guys are nasty. That's right, Burnley, Scotty Parker's boys, third in the table, 83% form for them right now, 37 points on the docket right now. Derby under Paul Warren, 16th for the table, 20 points for the campaign, 3 defeats on the spin for them, coming at you without a win now in the last 5, played each other 25 times since 1995, 13 wins Burnley, 6 wins Derby, 6 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue was a 4-1 win for Burnley. That's right, they have actually won at least 3 on the spin at this very venue, and they are, of course, unbeaten against them over the last 6 matches. Burnley picking up that draw against Borough, most recently Derby with that loss on the road to Leeds. Odds here, 10-7 on is your Burnley, 13-5 the draw, 4-1 is your away win. Unfortunately, it is a nasty place to go. I do apologise, Derby fans. So you're going to lose this as well, though. So 2-0 winners Burnley with the six finger, gonna take all 3 points. Next up, we go to Kenilworth Road. It's Luton Town up against Stoke City coming at you on the Tuesday, the 10th of October, 10th of bloody December. I'm wearing the Christmas hat. Get it right. Of course, Kenilworth Road, the venue. Rob Edwards in the dugout for Luton Town. 42% form for them right now. Just one win in the last 5. They're 18th for the table, 19 points for the season. Up against Stoke under Nastius Pelach. They played their wild card, getting in a new coach, but he's actually without a win in the last 5 matches. 15th for the table, 21 points for the campaign. They've played 19 times since 1993. 4 wins Luton, 11 wins Stoke, 4 draws between the two sides. The last time at this venue, 1-0 when it was for Luton back in February 2023. Luton on the back of that draw against Swansea. Stoke losing to Sunderland, their last victory, be it against Blackburn bloody Rovers. Of course it is. The odds for this one, even Stevens is your Luton, 27-10. Your Stoke, 12-5 is the draw. I think Luton are going to win this one. Going to go with a 2-1 win. They've not been at their best of Luton, and they're trying to get some sort of form together. And I think Rob Edwards is in that next cluster of managers that could be sacked if things don't get moving in the right direction. Another coach in the hot seat, it is Wayne Rooney. That's right, Plymouth Argyle up against Swansea under Luke Williams coming at you over at home park. It is at Plymouth, so I fancy Plymouth to do something here. They're coming into this on 33% form for them, and I just one win in the last 6, but they are winless in the last 4. They are 22nd in the table, 17 points for the campaign. Swansea under Luke Williams, 1 win in the last 5 also. They're on 50% form though, sitting in 13th for 24 points for the campaign. 10 times they've played since 2008, just 1 win Plymouth, 7 Swansea, 2 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue was a 3-1 win for Plymouth. Sorry, take that back. Last time they played at this venue was a 3-1 win for Swansea, goodness gracious me. In fact, the home side has only won once of the last 6 between these two, whether it's in Wales or at home park. That's right. But Plymouth on the back, 4-0 stuffing by Bristol City. Their game was postponed. Might be a little bit more fresh in the legs. Meanwhile, Swansea on back-to-back draws, drawn with Pompey and then drawn with Luton this past weekend. The odds here, 29-10, your Plymouth, 20-17 on your Swansea. They are favoured here. 13-5 is a draw. Wow, it's a chance to make a bit of cash if you're a betting man. I'm going Wayne Rooney FC, 3-1 winners. Plymouth taking their points. Let's go Portsmouth up against Norwich coming at you at Fratton Park, and Portsmouth are now starting to click into gear, of course, with John Mousinho in the helm. 23rd in the table, 16 points for the campaign. Just 1 defeat in the last 5 for them. They're on 50% form for them. At the moment, it's Norwich under Jonas Torup. You win some, you lose some. They're on 42% form for them at the moment. Just 1 defeat in the last 4. They sit 10th. 25 points for the campaign. Now, these two clubs have played 21 times since 1995. 6 wins Pompey, 8 wins Norwich. 7 draws between the two sides. The last 5 matches, in fact, the last 3 have gone with the away side. That's, of course, 2 times at Carrow Road, 1 time at Fratton Park. Going with the visitors. Portsmouth have just lost once against Norwich in the last 6. That was in the Championship back in May 2011. Pompey on the back of that 3-0 win at home to Bristol City. Norwich on the back of a 3-0 stuffing by QPR on the road. The odds here, 2-1 is your Pompey, 27-20 is your Norwich, 23-10 the draw. I think Lightning will strike twice here, which means Portsmouth will win and Norwich will lose. Going 2-0 win, Pompey taking the points and moving the chains into Sheffield Wednesday. We go. Hillsborough, the venue. It's my boys. They're up against Danny Rolls, lads. That's right. Sheffield Wednesday at 9th for the table, 26 points for the campaign. Just 1 defeat in the last 6. They're pretty cooking right now, as are Rovers. They are 6th in the table, 31 points for the campaign, 67% form for them, winning 4 on the bounce. That's right. 34 times they have played since 1993. 12 wins Wednesday, 13 wins Rovers, 9 draws between the two sides. The last time they played, though, at this venue, was a 3-1 win for Wednesday, who did the double over Rovers with back-to-back 3-1 wins. In fact, Wednesday won 3 on the spin against Rovers, who need a result against Wednesday. They were one of the bogey teams. Wednesday on the back of that draw against Preston, that was at home. It's actually been back-to-back home draws for Wednesday. Rovers on the back of 4 successive wins, 3 clean sheets on the spin. They're looking to make it 4 this time around. The odds here, Wednesday 6-5 for the victory, 21-10. Your Rovers, 5-2 is your draw. Rovers can win this game, but so can Sheffield Wednesday. It is one of those, and I would gladly take a point. So I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw here, and I think Rovers will be happy with that because this is a sticky game. Danny Roll knows what to do. He's got them working a treat, and they're up there into the top 10, so they're looking good at the moment. Meanwhile, Sunderland up against Bristol City coming at the Stadium Light, also on Tuesday, December the 10th. Reggie LeBreeze boys are doing all right. They're 4th for the table, 36 points for the campaign. Just 1 win though in the last 6. They've been drawing a bunch of games. games. Up against Bristol City under Manning there, 33% form for them, just 2 wins in the last 6. They're 12th in the table with 25 points. Now, these two clubs have played 12 times since 1993, 3 wins apiece and 6 draws. Last time I played at this venue, it was one of those bloody draws. 0-0 in the end. In fact, back-to-back games at the Stadium of Light have ended up all square. Sunderland, though, picking up a 2-1 win over Stoke most recently. Bristol City on the back of that 3-0 stuffing by Pompey this past weekend. The odds, 10-9 on. Your Sunderland, 31-10. Your Bristol City, 12-5. The draw. I'm going with Sunderland here, 2-0 winners, breaking that hoodoo of successive draws and picking up another 3 points and to challenge, maybe to get back into the top 2. Already in that top 2, it is Leeds. And of course, they're going to be up against a Middlesbrough side trying to break into that top 2. As coming at Ellen Road, Daniel Farke's boys are second. 38 points for the campaign, 67% form for them. They just got 1 defeat in the last 5 against Rovers. Meanwhile, Borough are up against it, 75% form for them right now. They're 5th in the table, 31 points for the campaign, just 1 defeat in the last 6 against Rovers, of course. And they've played each other 37 times since 1995. 16 wins Leeds, 8 wins Borough, 13 draws between the two sides. The last time they played was this year's Carabao Cup. 3-0 win it was for Borough at Ellen Road. Goodness gracious me. But the last time they played in the league at this venue, it was a 3-2 win for Leeds. But prior to that defeat, Leeds were unbeaten against Middlesbrough for the last 5. Leeds bouncing back with a 2-0 win over Derby. Borough bouncing back with some sort of a point against Burnley most recently. 4-3 on is your Leeds. 10-3 is your Borough. 11-4 is your draw. I'm going with a little bit of a hoodoo here. I think Borough getting back into their rhythm here. I'm thinking I'm going to get another point. It'll be a good game. If I wasn't watching the Rovers game, I'd be watching this game because it just looks like an absolute cracker. 2-2 in the end. Let's move into Wednesday's games now, and it'll be West Bromwich Albion, draw Kings. Nope, we're not doing that one. We're doing Millwall. We're doing Millwall up against Sheffield United, coming up at the Den. That's right, Millwall under Neil Harris, 11th in the table, 25 points for the campaign. They are winless in the last 4, 58% form for them right now. Up against Sheffield United, Chris Wilder, 83% form for them right now. They've won at least 6 on the bounce. Might be much more than that. But they haven't lost in the last 7 matches. All competition, they're top. 39 points for the campaign. Played each other 30 times since 1994. 13 wins Millwall, 12 wins Sheffield United, 5 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue, 3-2 win it was for Millwall. That was back in February 2023. The hosts on the back of that 1-0 loss at home to Coventry. The last victory was a home win against high-flying Leeds. Sheffield United on the back of that 2-2 draw against West Brom. I don't even know when the last defeat was. Against Borough way back in the 23rd of October. The odds for this one, we're looking at Millwall, 13-8 for the victory, 13-8 is Sheffield United, 23-10 is the draw. So the bookies can't really separate the two sides. I am going to go with Sheffield United because they are just something else. Finding ways to win. Might not be pretty, might not be one of their better performances, but I'm going to give them a 2-1 win, and that, of course, will keep them in the top 2. Meanwhile, Cardiff up against Preston North End, coming at you over in Wales, that's right. Cardiff now securing Omaritza as the main man, but they are actually winless in the last 5. 21st of the table, 17 points for the campaign, up against Preston, and of course Paul Heckingbottom, 17th for the table, 19 points for them, and they haven't won in the last 10 matches. Oh my goodness. Played each other 33 times since 2003. 13 wins Cardiff, 11 wins Preston. 9 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at Wales, it was a 2-0 win for Preston back in February 2024. Cardiff on the back of that 2-2 away draw to Coventry. Their game was postponed most recently. Preston picking up an away point against Wednesday most recently. The odds here for this, we're looking at Cardiff 6-5 for the victory, 9-4 your Preston. 9-4 is also the draw. I'm going with a draw here. Preston have been drawing quite a lot. Cardiff don't really have kind of gone off the boil again. And they've played their card now. They're going with Omaritza to the end of the season. I don't know how long that's going to last. But both sides need wins. Otherwise, they could get sucked into it. Again, I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw, though, in the end. Meanwhile, new manager bounce starts now. Hull City up against Watford, coming at you over the MKM Stadium. Ruben Zeles, 24th place, Hull City. They've lost 11 games on the spin, or they're 11 games without a win. There's 6 losses on the bounce. Up against Watford under Tom Cleverley, they are 7th. 30 points for the campaign, just 1 defeat in the last 6. They played each other 19 times in 2005. We have 8 wins Hull, 6 wins Watford. There's been 5 draws between the two sides. The last time they played, it was a draw back at Vicarage Road in April 2024. The last time they played at this venue was a 2-1 win for Watford back in December 2023, around about this time last year. Meanwhile, Hull on the back of that 1-0 loss to Rovers. Watford on the back of that 0-0 home draw against QPR. The odds right here right now, Hull 5-4 for the victory. 21-10 is your Watford, 12-5 is the draw. Like I said, at the top of this bracket here, or top of this one here, new manager bounce begins now. That's right, Hull City will pick it up here. 2-0 winners. get the win under Ruben Selles in front of the paying crowds there. QPR up against Oxford. QPR suddenly found a bit of gears now. They are, of course, unbeaten the last 4, 20 for the table, 18 points for the campaign. Marty Cufientes' boys getting to act together, unbeaten in the last 4. Up against Des Buckingham's Oxford, just one win in the last 6. They're 19 for the table, 18 points for the campaign. They played each other 9 times since 1996. 5 wins, QPR 3, Oxford 1 draw between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue was back in August 2021. QPR coming out on top of the 2-0 win in the Carabao Cup. Last time they played in the league at this venue, it was just a 1-0 win for QPR. The hosts on the back of that 3-0 win over Norwich, back to back. Clean sheets for them, just pretty good at the back. Oxford on the back of that 1-1 draw. It's Millwall. The odds for this one, we're looking at, what are we looking at? QPR, even Stevens for the victory. 5-2 is your Oxford, 13-5 is the draw. QPR have got it at the moment. They've got that twinkle back, and I think they'll get another win here. 2-1 winners at home because it's just been working, and Oxford have been shite, especially away from home. And then we wrap it all up with the draw kings. It is West Bromwich Albion up against Coventry. They've just going through a spat of games here where they can't get nothing. Anyway, the Baggies are coming at you with Carlos Cobahan, who's linked with a couple of managerial jobs that could come up in the next 24 to 48 hours over in the Premier League. Carlos Cobahan, 8th for the table, 29 points for the campaign. They have drawn 4 in the bounce. In fact, they've drawn 5 of the last 6. Against Coventry under Frank Lampard, 42% form for them. They're 14th, 21 points for the campaign, just 1 win though in the last 6. Played each other 17 times, the 2001, 12 wins. West Brom 3, Coventry 2 for the draw. Last time we played at this venue, 2-1 win it was for West Brom. We've won 3 on the bounce against Coventry, just lost once against them in the last 6. But 4 draws on the spin, picking up draws against Norwich, Sunderland, Preston and Sheffield United. Coventry with that 1-0 win over Millwall. The odds for this, 6-5 your West Brom, 11-5 Coventry, 23-10 is the draw. Does smell like another draw, guys. The new manager's still trying to influence Coventry. West Brom are in that rut right now, and I can't see any way out of it. And then we're going to go with another 1-1 draw, which just continues it for the West Brom, and another point in the bag. Well, it keeps them in there, doesn't it? They're not losing games, but they're not winning many either. 1-0, 1-1 draw in the end. That completes my picks. Make sure you get your own picks in as well. We look forward to seeing those. But until then, subscribe, smash the like. Catch you later. But we're done.